Some years ago, back in my 20s, around 1837, I was living in New York. At the time, I was teaching Sunday school. Many of you have probably attended Sunday school before, so you know what that's like. I was assigned to teach the 11 to 12-year-old kids. The setup wasn't ideal. Instead of proper classrooms, they just had partitions separating different age groups. On the other side of our divider were the teenagers. Their teacher was running late, so the teens started chatting with each other while I was trying to teach my own class. Eventually, I gave up and told my students, "You know what? Forget the lesson for now. Let's just listen in on the teenagers." So we all started eavesdropping. Then their teacher finally arrived. He told the teens to sit down, and once they were settled, he asked them, "What's the most amazing story you've ever heard?" Immediately, the kids got excited. They started shouting out answers. Dragon Ball, Transformers, X-Men, remember? This was back in the day. Some mentioned video games with incredible storylines, and soon they were arguing passionately over which story was the best. The teacher hadn't expected that reaction. He interrupted, saying, No. The greatest story is the one Allah himself calls the best story. That's what the Qur'an says. The kids went quiet and nodded in agreement, but that moment stuck with me. They weren't agreeing because they felt the Qur'an stories were the best. They were agreeing because they were told they should think that way. In reality, when a new movie comes out or a new series drops or a big finale episode airs, they show real excitement. Oh my God, did you see it? That twist at the end was insane. But with the Qur'an stories, that same excitement was missing. It made me realize something is deeply lacking. Yes, we can talk about grammar, tafsir, and technical aspects of the Qur'an, but at its heart, what has always been passed down in every society, through every generation, is stories. Even nursery rhymes and children's songs are just stories. Humanity has always been moved by them. Stories are so powerful that they become a multi-trillion-dollar global industry. Novels, comic books, manga, anime, films, TV series. Even journalism relies on storytelling. Reporters don't just list events. They shape them into a narrative so people can connect. Now think about this. The Qur'an is a final message from Allah to humanity. Allah, who owns all knowledge, could have delivered his guidance in countless ways, but he chose storytelling as one of its most central methods. The Qur'an doesn't just inform us of events. It presents them in compelling, beautiful, thought-provoking ways. So what's the purpose of story? When people watch something on Netflix, Amazon, or HBO, they want entertainment, an escape from reality, or maybe a subtle commentary on reality. Sometimes they're even moved to tears by fictional characters. That's the emotional power of stories. The Qur'an doesn't dismiss that need for engagement. In fact, the stories of the Qur'an are meant to capture your attention. They are dramatic, gripping, and in many ways entertaining. But they always carry something deeper, something no other story in the world can give you. And that unique, unmatched element is what makes Quranic stories truly timeless. Every part of a Quranic story connects back to us. No matter which passage you look at, there's always something in it that speaks directly to you and me. It's never just about them back then. Now, if there were kids here, I'd probably take a different approach. But since you're all grown-up kids, I'll still share a piece of a story, just a small scene. And I want you to pay close attention, not just to what Allah tells us, but how he tells it. Personally, this is one of my favorite stories in the Qur'an. I've spoken about it countless times, and I was debating whether I should share a moment from the life of Musa or from the life of Yusuf. Let's take a vote. Who wants Musa? Who wants Yusuf? See? Everyone picks Yusuf. Okay, let me tell you why people love the story of Yusuf so much. It's because it resonates with our own struggles. Many think. Yusuf went through jealousy from his own family, just like me. He was unfairly criticized and thrown under the bus. Just like me, he faced hardships he didn't deserve. Exactly what I'm going through. We connect with him because his story allows us to identify as a victim. And in today's world, being a victim has almost become a kind of currency. Just like money or crypto, victimhood has become a social identity. People post videos about their trauma. This is how trauma affects my driving. Then tomorrow, This is how trauma affects brushing my teeth. And the irony is, you're so traumatized, but you had plenty of time to color correct the camera, edit the video, and upload it. In the Muslim community, another trend has popped up, maybe not here. Let's just say it's in Ohio. People take photos of themselves making dua or crying while gazing up at the sky, and then they post it with a caption like, "When you only have Allah to turn a hashtag Surah Yusuf." Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone experiences pain, and Yusuf's story does give comfort. But social media has turned that personal pain into something to broadcast to the world. So, let's actually look at how the Qur'an begins Yusuf's story. The very first scene, Yusuf comes to his father and says, "My dear, beloved father, I saw 11 stars, the sun and the moon. I saw them all bowing down before me." Who did he tell this to? His father. And notice how he begins, "My beloved father." Nothing in the Quran is extra. Every word is deliberate. Think about it. If you transcribe the words I've spoken so far in this lecture, it would already fill 3 or 4 pages. And that's just a few minutes. The life of Ibrahim lasted well over 100 years. If every conversation of his were documented, it would fill millions of pages. Yet, in the Quran, Allah gives us only a handful of pages about Ibrahim's life, just a few selected moments, maybe the equivalent of 20 or 30 minutes of conversation. That means every single sentence that didn't make it into the Quran is profoundly significant. So when Yusuf begins with "my beloved father," that's not just polite phrasing. It's Allah choosing to preserve that exact wording, showing us the love and respect between a son and his father. If we were to translate it into a modern-day American expression, it would be something like, "Dad, I love you." Yusuf didn't just say "Dad." He said something deeper, something like, "Dad, I love you, my beloved, respected father." Now, think about this carefully. If Yusuf had simply said, "Dad, I saw 11 stars, the sun and the moon bowing before me," the sentence would have still made sense. He didn't have to begin with that affectionate phrase. Yet Allah chose to preserve that opening, "my beloved father," in the Quran. That's significant. Every single word in the Quran is deliberate, chosen for us to reflect on. So here's a question I've asked in maybe 50 cities around the world. How many of you grew up hearing your father tell you, for no particular reason, "I love you"? Now on your graduation day, not after you achieve something, just out of the blue, "Son, I love you. Daughter, I love you." Usually, very few hands go up. Please take note of whoever raised their hand, so we can scratch their car on the way out, grinning face with smiling eyes. But think carefully. The Quranic story isn't about a father saying it. It's about a child saying it. And where do children learn their words? From the adults around them. If a 2-year-old is cursing on a viral video, you know exactly where they picked it up from. So if Yusuf is saying to his father, "Dad, I love you," where do you think he learned that? From his father, again and again. "Yusuf, I love you, bring me some water." "Yusuf, I love you, time for bed." "Yusuf, I love you, it's cold outside, put on a sweater." "Yusuf, I love you, your mom is calling." Over and over until it became natural for him to respond with, "Dad, I love you." And here's the lesson for us. Families should be built on express love, not hidden love, not assumed love, spoken, shown, expressed. It doesn't always have to be the words, "I love you." It can be, "I miss you," or "I'm proud of you," or "I'm happy to see you," or "sit with me." Simple, kind words that communicate care. But the truth is, that's really hard for many families. And it's not just Pakistanis, it's everybody. What happens often is parents will praise their children endlessly in public, to relatives or friends. "My son graduated from Michigan in 3 years, mashallah. My daughter does everything for me, mashallah." But when the child comes home, those same parents say, "What have you ever accomplished? Do you think you've done anything with your life?" The child never hears kindness directly. They only hear it secondhand. It's like reverse gossip. Sometimes you only catch a glimpse of it at a wedding, when parents want to look like a happy family on camera. "This is my son. I'm so proud of him." And even the son is thinking, "Wait, you're proud of me? I'm confused." Yusuf, and his father are teaching us something remarkable right from the opening of the surah. Love in a family must be freely expressed. But sadly, in some families, expressing love is treated like a paid service. You don't get it for free. You had to earn it. Parents will only say something affectionate when you give them money or obey their exact wishes, or sacrifice your own dreams. And in those rare moments when they finally give you a hug or say, "I'm proud of you," it feels so good that you enslave yourself emotionally just to taste it again. Then, of course, they take it away until the next time they want control. Love becomes a bargaining chip. But in the Qur'an, the very beginning of Surah Yusuf is showing us something different. Real love in a family is not conditional. It's not bought or traded. It's freely given, spoken, and repeated, so natural that even a child says, "Dad, I love you,"